Come here, me little Jackie, now I've smoked me backy, have a bit of cracky till the boat comes in. Dance to the daddy, sing to the mummy, dance to the daddy, to the mummy, sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in.
As far as we go?
For now.
And felt I like some watcher of the skies when some new planet swims into his ken.
It's an old, old planet. I got off at the mob train at Wetton 5 years ago. There's Lewis Bishop's cranes. And there's the pit where Bill Seaton had his accident. And there's me.
Where am I?
Then, you were on the other side. And you dropped me stuff off at the Royal Saracen.
We're not to be seen together?
It's better.
It's not better. It's just business.
Hey! A lie. You cheat.
Get off! Get off! Get off!
Get off! One go. Just one. Just one.
Get off!
Out with it.
Oh yeah, give me spoon back.
There you are. Here.
Corned beef. Hey, you still got a couple of gross in them tins. What are you sitting on them for? Trying to hatch them?
Who's going to buy corned beef at sevenpence? It's a halfpenny cheaper at the co-op.
Why said that?
Me mum?
There's how much of your mum in this shop? She been round here catching again?
She came in Friday for me wages, didn't she?
Aye. You want any tick?
Catches!
Mind if I do, I'll clout your lugs, skin you alive and hang you up like a rabbit. That's the worst crime you can commit. Giving tick. Hand us that placard down there, will you? I'll knock her happily off. And stack some of the tins on the end of the counter and start pushing it.
Oh, this'll be all right. Just needed a bit of drink, that's all. Rosie seems to be getting on all right with me door.
The two of a kind.
And Tommy's been helping us down the allotment. This is the country.
Well, we've all got to do without what we want, haven't we?
Here, Bert Merrick's leaving his place after the new year.
What?
You know, fella who took over from us at Rayburn Castle. Hey, might get my job back if I asked.
Yeah, that's like next century.
The Duke always said I was the only one who knew what to look after his roses. Better be the place for young Tommy. And the new baby.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Look, if Dar has his operation, gets around again on his own...
If? There's all sorts of ifs.
Hey, Tom!
Why do you keep talking about it? I've told you, shut up about it. Leave it. Leave it be.
You never take your eyes off them dates, do
Leave
you?
it be.
Come on!
Go on. Your Dar wants you.
What the hell you been doing? Taking root? Look, your mum waiting for us. Open the door, Pet, will you?
Tom, how are you?
Oh, Connie. And who's that great Labour leader of yours?
Oh, wishing he hadn't been born just now between the bosses and his own lads.
He's too soft for both of them. Oh, yeah.
And there's some you could hammer nails in with. Have you got any potted meat, Pat? I want to give him a change. He's sick and tired of tinned salmon.
Well, how about some corned beef? It's cheaper than the co-op.
Why?
Halfpenny off, Seaton's best value in Gallashield. In fact, why not take two while it's gone?
All right, Rosie, you go and get your tea. I'll see to the shop. Was it corned beef you wanted?
Are you all right, Dolly?
I'm fine, I'm champion. Did you want anything else, Sarah?
Sarah, it's me. I've got it.
Evening, Councillor.
You're back.
And about time. You've seen the unemployment figures, and I found that shoved through your door.
That's that Irish communist Regan.
Kick out the bosses, so that's what happens as soon as my back's turned. Have some beer.
Where's Sarah?
Door was open, so I just came in.
When did you get back?
About half an hour ago. First stop the pub for this, next here. Come on, sup up, bunny lad. We've got some catching up to do.
The first thing you need to catch up with is that that bugger Regan's trying to bring out Lewis Bishop on strike.
Have you missed me?
No. I only missed you when I think you're unhappy.
You haven't even thought about me. Greenfly.
Been a vintage year for scab, too.
And there's mildew on the Dorothy Perkins.
Oh, back 5 minutes, looking on the black side already. Parker's bringing you a sedative. What is it, Parker?
The cocktail Lady Caroline asked Mr. Tovey for, Your Grace. He had to read it up and says he hopes he's mixed it correctly.
I'm sure he has. Oh, this is heavenly.
It's a great pleasure to have you back, Carol. Been very quiet without you.
Thank you, Daddy. Darling, aren't you having some of this?
Not a cocktail, thank you. Well, did you make our fortunes at Goodwood?
Well, I only went because Alistair Fitzgerald had half a horse running and had to have his hand held.
With friend, I gather.
With friend. Otherwise, I spent the entire time coping with a flock of interior decorators.
Quite amazing how much goes on in society one only knows about through the press.
Roddy was a great help with Maddox Square. You'll be relieved to hear it's not going to be all Mayfair modern.
More Gallows Shield local?
Darling, you really should wear a hat in the sun.
You're right. The sun makes me far too imaginative.
You're not usually interested in such matters.
You know, there's a definite difference between the tone of your calls from London and I see mildew everywhere. Now you're back.
I'm very glad to be back. If you want to know, I brought Jack back with me in the car. We stopped off on the way in York, at a hotel. There. Does that satisfy your imagination, darling?
Can one get a decent dinner in York? I don't seem to remember.
Excellent.
I suppose he'll be coming here.
I shouldn't be a bit surprised.
Is there anything I ought to know that might influence my welcome?
No, I don't think so. Oh, this really is awful.
Expensive way of treating Greenfly.
He's really much tougher than you think, you know.
Oddly enough, it wasn't him I was worrying about. I think I'll try some of this. See if you're treating Toby fairly.
2,000 British workmen don't come out on strike because a communist tells them to. They come out because they've got a genuine grievance, and he uses it. Regan's a belly full of hot air. You've got no worries there.
That's what you think. That's only the half of it anyway.
All right, let's have the other half. And you have that.
It's riders.
Ah, they're a grand old firm. Thanks for the stuff you sent. How'd you get it?
Len Laidlaw. He works in their accounts.
He's a bright lad. Keeps his ears open.
Aye, you haven't forgotten his sister works in our office. He told her there'd been some buying of riders' shares.
All right, come on, let's have it.
The smell. The smell of lost jobs.
Riders are as strong as a fort. They should be. They've been stuck in the mud since the Industrial Revolution. What's that?
Sarah found it. She tore it out.
She's reading the Tatler now.
She'd been to the dentist's.
Lady Caroline Summers, daughter of the Duke of Bedlington, the Honourable Alistair Fitzgerald, merchant banker, and friend. Friend, not even a name.
Fitzgerald, merchant banker, it says.
Top of his class, but he's no good at picking horses.
Don't take us for daft, Jack. That information I got you about Ryder, that's just what the bank would need if they were to handle a takeover.
Oh, you're a proper little Sherlock Holmes.
Don't take us for daft, Jack. Regan only has to get a smell of this. There's 400 jobs at Ryder's.
They're safe. You've got my word for it.
Then what you gain?
You say 400 jobs. And how many could Riders employ going at full belt? 800? You know the place, Matt. It's an industrial museum. He's still using machinery his granddad put in 1870, and he's got money for new machinery in the bank, lying idle, or tied up in all them warehouses of his that are standing empty. You want to know what my game is? Well, I'll tell you. It's called putting a cracker under Ryder's tail.
Now, you give me the truth.
Are you calling me a liar?
No jobs lost at Ryder's.
Not from anything I do.
Billy Seaton's moved into one of those warehouses.
Billy Seaton?
Ryder gave it to him rent-freeze, getting his clinic started up.
So you're back?
That's the general impression. And how are you, bonny lass?
No better have I seen you.
Oh, get away.
Now where have you got Matt into?
Me?
He's a worried man.
He shouldn't bring his office work home with him. Not with a wife like you. Now, hold on a minute.
What are you doing?
Oh, yes, I was right. Scoured London, I did, looking for the right shade just to match your eyes. And it does.
Silk?
What else?
It's lovely.
From a place called Liberty. Height of fashion. Now you can hold your own with all the ladies in your tapper.
I've got some corned beef and pickles. I didn't know what to get. Are you going to have your tea with us, Jack?
Oh, no, thanks, bonny lass. I've got some catching up to do.
I've just seen Dolly.
How is she?
I don't know if she looks bad. The baby's not far off, if you ask me.
Well, that's none of my business. Jack, it'll keep, Matt. I'll be around. So long, sir.
What'll keep? Why the hurry? What'd he say?
He's right. It does match. Why did you thank him?
I bet he didn't choose it himself, though.
It's a circular letter. They sent the same to all Ryder shareholders.
Not to me.
John Ryder's not reckoned a likely seller. You see what they're offering. 65 shillings. Our shares were 49 shillings this morning. It's a raid, Uncle.
N. Hodges, company secretary.
He'd be nobody, and the company just a front.
Brigden Finance, managing director J. Ford.
The other nobody. Nominee company, paper directors.
They have a fair idea of what we're worth.
Somebody's talked. Don't look at me.
No, it's slow horses and fast women with you, Charlie. But you're no traitor. Ford. J. Ford.
Just a minute. Hello, Jack. Need some free medical advice?
Not yet, bonny lad. No, I like it. A bit bare for some tastes. Neo 3-ply, I call it.
Give us a chance. Used to be a warehouse. Old Ryder gave us it. Do you know him?
Oh, aye, old steam pumps and chapel, I know him. He gave it, you see.
Lent it, for as long as we need. Gave us the materials to fit it out. That's what I've been hoping for, Jack. Somewhere I can work without fear of the speculators moving in. Do you mind if I get on?
No. So your dad on the way here?
Talk to him?
No, he was on his way to one of his money boxes. I see he's still on wheels.
Aye. Still putting the operation off. There's something troubling him. I don't know what it is.
Could be death, Billy. You're down on the left.
Don't think I'm asking any favours, Jack, but maybe you could have a word with him. He is frightened of the operation, but it's not hospital phobia like it was with me mum. Something troubling him. Maybe he'd tell you.
If I can get near enough without being bitten, what makes you think he'd talk to me?
Well, you are in business with him after all, aren't you? And you're not family. Family can't talk. Might help Dolly and all.
What's Dolly got to do with it?
She's having Tom's baby, isn't she? She could lose it.
It's possible. She lost mine.
I think it would kill her if it happened again.
You're the doctor, see it doesn't.
It's in her mind, Jack. She's tied in a knot. The baby, the divorce, you, Tom.
Oh, I see. And if your dad got on his feet, that would release Tom and untie that bit of knot, eh?
It all connects, doesn't it?
I've done the netty, Billy.
Oh, all right, then, Joe, this is Jack Ford, Joe Prestwick.
Oh, I know Joe Prestwick. Used to be foreman at Ryder's.
Aye, 47 year. I got Mr. Ryder to give Billy this place. It was Billy's brother, Tom, you know. And I asked him if
all right,
my
Joe,
neighbour...
come and see the laboratory in a minute.
It's all right, I'm on my way. Oh, you're a marrow at Tom's, eh? Like you say, Billy, all connects.
We'll send out our own circular.
It won't do, Uncle. The shareholders have got the bit between their teeth. They know what the firm is worth.
Then what's your city's solution?
Distribute most of that £300,000 in dividends.
And it all go to this Ford?
Brigden Finance only hold 15% of the shares, but if they got control...
They won't.
Don't be too sure.
Never. Next point.
Sell off those surplus properties. The old plant in Mill Lane, the warehouses...
We'll need them when this slump's over.
Then at least double the dividend.
Do you want me to throw away the firm? I tell you, the shareholders won't sell. There's loyalty to the family. And me. They won't stand by and see these city raiders taking away everything I've built up. And my father and grandfather before me. We'll send out our own circular. And you, get on to finding out from your club friends who's behind this.
I hope there's time.
Hey?
Whoever's buying, you can bet your life he has the money to follow right through.
You seem convinced they're trying to get control.
Someone's worked out the value of the business, with the assets and the freeholds.
How?
Somebody knows we're worth double our stock exchange quote. We are wide open and naked.
But where would he get his information?
There are ways.
Charlie, on your way out, ask young Laidlaw to come and see me.
You may be asking too much of the shareholders' loyalty, Uncle.
I ask everything. Come in, Len. Sit down, Len. Someone's been giving away information about our firm, Len. Someone that knows the values in the property market and can compare them with the values written down in our accounts. Some bright lad in the office. That sort of information would be very useful to one of these industrial sharks that's nosing around. Do you know the meaning of loyalty? It doesn't mean just doing what you're told. It means being faithful. Faithful to a firm that's seen you and your father and his father before him through bad times. But you're not out of that same mould, are you, Len?
What's that?
There's 20,000 men on this river, unemployed. All the men I've got here are in work, paying rent, raising families, buying insurance policies. And I don't want them put on the stones. Do you know why I'm telling you this?
They said it was for union research, sir.
You poor little fool.
Did he give you the sack, Len? He said what I'd done would be my own punishment. He said I'd been made a fool of by others.
He's not the only one.
He wanted to know. I had to tell him, Mr. Headley. He said some people were trying to ruin the firm by buying up the shares. Mr. J. Ford. Is that Jack Ford? Is he trying to ruin the firm?
You don't think I'd have had anything to do with ruining riders, Len? Look, I'm glad you came here, not to the office. You go home now, and don't worry. I'll sort this out if I have to see Mr. Ryder myself.
I didn't want to make any trouble. You told me it was just union research.
You'd better think of sorting yourself out. I told you what this would lead to.
Jack told me why he wanted that list. He wouldn't let me down.
I used to think that. But Jack's only ever been out for one thing. Himself.
We're going to give it another week, then you move in.
All on my own?
I'll just be with you, and my accountant.
When do they get to see the Punch and Judy man?
Not till I have 51% of the equity.
Are you quite sure of that?
65 shillings. Ryder shareholders will jump at it.
I reckon you'll have to go up to 70.
65. That's all Ryder's worth on breakdown.
I've been doing such a good job blabbing about the inefficiencies of riders, I'm beginning to believe it myself. Suppose your business with the Germans gets out. They could use that against you. It could do you a lot of damage.
And it won't have to get out, will it? Otherwise there'll be no pay for Master Ford.
No hay for the stalking horse.
We're going to need the Duke's Ryder shares. He's got a packet.
You made a mess of that, Hurry. I could have told you you wouldn't sell.
Why the hell didn't you say so? Now you'll have to go after him yourself.
Just at the minute, I'm not quite sure how I stand with the aristocracy.
We need those shares. Could be crucial if it comes to the touch.
Give us a day and I'll go and see him.
Why not now? Practically on his doorstep. Go on, I'll drop you.
You know something, Hurry?
What?
We can't go on meeting like this.
See me, Toby, or?
He did not specify, Your Grace.
Show him in. Aren't you staying?
I really think it's you he wants to see. He told me he got something to tell you.
Mr. Ford.
Duke, it's good of you to be in.
Nice to see you, Jack.
Hello.
Hello, Jack. Do you know, I think I'm going to leave you two together.
You are?
I've got some things to do in the stables.
You've got just the weather for it.
This seems most impetuous behaviour.
Isn't it? But I will return.
In good time.
Precisely.
Get yourself a drink, sit down.
Thank you. I thought I'd better drop in, Duke. I felt I owed you an explanation of what's been happening.
Is that absolutely necessary?
I think it best.
I always think that explanations are so often desired rather than expected. It's, turned quite chilly for the season. Not that one ever seems to have seasons anymore. I expect you'll find the local air very bracing after London, eh?
Not especially.
Oh, I always did. Never could open my lungs in London. That's why I never go there nowadays. Hardly travel at all, in fact. You like travel, Jack?
With a purpose.
Oh, with a purpose. You can sometimes miss the point. I remember when I was in Venezuela. Well, I don't suppose you've been as far as that yet.
No, not yet.
The potential of that country is quite thrilling. Great future. A whole continent. Brazil, now there's a whole new world.
Duke.
By the year 2000, it'll be another USA.
If I might talk about something a little nearer home.
Of course, I can't expect you to be interested in South America if you've never been there, but it's a remarkable place.
I want to tell you what's been happening in London.
Ah. You insist?
With a merchant bank. Alistair Fitzgerald, your introduction.
Oh, yes. Ah, the bank. Oh, yes. Well, I hope that proved profitable.
Well, it might do. He's helped me with some share transactions.
Now, that reminds me. Now, the Manners was here, trying to buy some shares from me. Somebody found out somehow that I owned a few,
Riders?
Yes, that's it. Local firm, run by John Ryder. Said he wanted to set up a charitable fund in memory of his son.
Well, he's a sentimental man.
Told him I'd consult Fitzgerald, but I haven't done anything. Don't much like Manners. All sounded to me like a cock and bull story. Should I?
I wouldn't sell yet.
Why not?
They're bound to rise.
You know something? You do. You knew the name of the share. You knew that Manners had been here to see me.
Yes, Duke.
Yeah. Perhaps that does merit a little explanation. You persuaded Caroline to put up all that money to buy shares.
Didn't persuade her, she offered.
In explaining your part in this takeover of Riders, you doubtless explained its attraction. You tell her about the risks?
We bought at 41. They now stand at 50. What risks?
People involved in takeovers have an unpleasant reputation. Patrolling sharks. I wouldn't care for it to be known that a member of my family was involved in something that might turn out to be unethical.
Shares were bought through a nominee. Your daughter's name won't even be mentioned.
Oh, I have every reason to think that the local newspaper will keep its own counsel.
Duke, I promise
Have you
you.
got the national press in your pocket, too? An old established firm like Riders, with a tradition of looking after its workpeople, some of whom may lose their employment if this takeover goes through. The men responsible for that won't be popular. Manners may not care, perhaps you don't. But Caroline and I certainly would.
Are you averse to your daughter doubling her capital?
I am averse from my daughter being used. And I hope that in the future, should there be one, you will bear my attitude in mind. To me, it doesn't matter. Like those trees. Look well enough that past their prime, you'll get chopped down and turned into something useful. But they know where they stand in the scheme of things, and that's important. You know who you are, where you stand. Bad to lose that.
I know where I stand, Duke.
Caro, too. Dangerous for her. Don't you think?
Duke.
Do finish your drink.
Well, how did he take it?
I think he thought at first I was going to ask for your hand in marriage. So overall, he was quite relieved.
Oh, why should that be funny?
Wouldn't.
I think that's the strangest proposal I've ever heard.
Your father doesn't want you involved in any way.
I have my own money and my own mind. And I know a good bet when I see one. Also, if you'd seen me in the field, you'd know I don't mind a toss. So, do we ride? Or do we drink more whiskey?
Another drink, don't you think?
You sold out?
I was offered 65 shillings.
The other Judas did it for less.
Uncle.
You could have come to me. You could have pledged your shares.
You just can't see it, can you? I'm supposed to be a director. What say have I ever had? Your accountant. He has to get your signature to an order for paper clips. You can't keep them waiting much longer. Well, you really ought to see them, Mr. Ryder, in the circumstances.
No.
I'm sorry, Uncle. I tried to warn you.
I've nothing to talk about. If they've got a proposition, tell them to put it in writing.
But what harm would it do to see them? It doesn't commit you. You'd see what's on their minds, find out if they're quarrelsome or cooperative. Maybe they only want to invest.
No.
If you don't see them, you'll be in the dark about what they're trying to do.
If their motives are honest, why not come into the open?
Mr. Ryder, few of our shareholders will resist an offer of 65 shillings when a few weeks ago the shares stood at 40. What can we offer to make them hold on?
An unbroken dividend over the years. They'll not be fooled by this financial juggling. 3 of them, do you say? Do I have to put up with a goddamn bunch of pirates sitting down in my office?
Mr. Ryder, if enough of our stockholders sold their shares at the same price that your own nephew sold his for, they could gain a controlling interest and then they would not have to ask permission to come in here.
Get them in.
Thank you. Mr. Ryder will see you now, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Mr. Ford, Mr. Hodges, Mr. Hamilton.
I'm Ford.
Sit down, Mr. Ford.
This is Mr. Hodges, our company solicitor and co-director. Mr. Hamilton, our accountant. Mr.
My accountant. You asked to see me, now you're here. What do you want?
I'm glad you come straight to the point, Mr. Ryder. Mr. Hodges, would you care to...
You wish me to express our offer?
As co-director.
You may remember our office writing to you for a list of Ryder's freehold properties. As we had no reply, you may wish to hear personally of our desire to purchase 90% of the ordinary shares.
I would not.
But I'm sure you would wish to hear the terms of our offer. You're not bound to pass it on to your shareholders, of course, but it might be wise. You know we already have a considerable holding.
What proof have you?
Well, naturally we have no documentary proof. It takes time for shares to be registered, certificates received. But it's unlikely we'd be sitting here wasting your time if it weren't true. We'd be very grateful for the opportunity of going more closely into the company's affairs.
What do you mean?
Mr. Hamilton here is accountant with the firm of Lloyd & Simon.
And he wishes to go through my firm's accounts?
With your permission.
I'll see him dead first.
In your own interest, it's just the most prudent attitude. We are most anxious that those at present running Ryder should remain in control.
You've got a nerve coming in here and asking for representation on my board?
I don't... It has been felt that you are not making maximum use of your company's resources, Mr. Ryder.
What the hell do you know about it? You've no thought of a good business, only a quick profit. In, out, gut it and leave it. Sack half the workers and lift the lash over the rest. That's not a civilized way of running a firm. This is a business that my family created. And any system that allows men like you to catapult themselves into a position of control is a lousy one. And it's a damn sight lousier when you get a look at the people who are doing it.
Do you mind if I say something, Mr. Ryder?
I was wondering when you were going to put in your 2 penn'orth.
You're counting on your shareholders. Are you sure their loyalty will hold firm against an offer of 70 shillings? 75?
No, of course not.
That's what we're prepared to pay if we have to.
Mr. Ford, you're bluffing.
No. We have the cash and we are ready to go that far.
I know your type. The new men. You don't make, you don't build. You just wait in your holes till you can gulp the cream. You're the dregs of the earth. Get out of my office.
Gentlemen, I think Mr. Ryder is saying no. Now, think carefully, Mr. Ryder. We might well call an extraordinary general meeting, which could remove the present board of management.
Bluff. He'd need over 50% of the shares to do that. He hasn't got it. If he had, he wouldn't threaten. He'd just tell me what to do.
Even if he only had 40, he could still have control. A quarter of our shareholders never vote.
It's as if someone walked into your house, sat down and said, "This is mine. You go and live in rooms." My shareholders won't fall for this. They're loyal.
Are they?
They won't be fooled by it. They invested in an engineering company, and we've done them well over the years. I'll write them a letter. We'll get our publicity, we'll have a press conference, and we'll call an extraordinary general meeting. They'll turn up if I have to drag them there myself. I'll fight this, Frank. Ryder and Son are not going south.
How can you sleep there? There's no but 4 walls and a bed.
What more do I want?
Good hot food inside you, that's what you want. You'll have your suppers here.
Dad, what am I going to answer Boynton? The surgeon. Do you want me to answer the letter?
If there's any answer to be done, I'll do it myself.
Well, if you miss that date, you're going to have to wait 2 or 3 months.
I'll wait then, won't I? They're my legs, not yours. They've done well enough supporting you this far. And the rest of you.
You might as well go, son. You'll get no reason from him when he's like this.
Thanks, ma'am.
I'll be popping in, mind. See you living like a Seaton, not one of them cave folk. That's too heavy for you. Tom will carry it. Tom!
I won't do it, Tom.
I'm a big, strong boy again, ma'am. Come on.
Carol, take care.
Right. Big, strong boy.
What are you doing with that?
Well, I'm going to light me pipe.
That's got to be answered.
By lad, you're in a hell of a sweat to get me on my back in a hospital. To get out the bloody army for you.
Since when have you followed my example?
Did you want this, ma'am?
Oh, I did. How will you get us out of here?
Where? You did the shops this morning?
Anywhere. Your allotment. At least the cabbages didn't talk back.
You went beyond your brief. What made you even mention 70?
I mentioned 75.
But it's my money, damn you.
Stop worrying, Horry. You've got 24%. When you get all the replies in from the circular, you'll probably have the 51 you need.
51 gives me day-to-day control. I need more. I need 90 for what I want to do with riders.
Then maybe you'll have to increase your offer to what I said. You'll still make a profit, and you're too far in to back out now.
I want to see you here right away.
As soon as I can manage, Horry.
Can we afford 75?
We're not liquid enough for 70.
Louis Bishop stand at 70. I could offer one of ours for one of riders. Very little cash involved.
Hey, just a minute. We've gone round here. We'll give Mrs. Turnbull a bit of a shock. Come here. Well, just hold on a minute now. Let me pipe.
Hey, what's all this about Mrs. Turnbull, huh?
Not content with taking the cream off me profits, she's now got a clause in me stamps. Hey, you got me matches? Down. You know, if Rosie Mason were a couple of years old, I'd put her in there. Sharp as a razor, that lass. Right as a button now. Ah, there's some can and there's some cannot. Hard and soft ones of this world. All right, then, what are you waiting for?
Change your driver. Away.
Where's he got off to? Tom! Bloody flame.
Doesn't he get time off like any other wage slave? I want a word with you.
We got nothing to talk about. You just about rolled me with your Empire stamp.
I looked round your shops this morning. You're knocking the co-op and you know it.
Where's old Tom?
Gone to see his son's future mother. He knows where to find us. I cannot stand any more of this, Dolly.
What, do you have to stand?
You going on like this, you're making yourself ill.
I'm having a baby if you hadn't noticed.
Look, our Billy's away now. We've got the room. Mum will look after you.
Come to your place.
It's only 2 weeks to go to get the divorce out. You think anybody's watching? It's all done, finished. We're as good as married.
So leave us alone, man, will you? That's all I want. You've got now to do with this.
It's my bairn and all you know.
Oh, is it? It hasn't even got a name. It's going to be a blank you fill in and a bit of paper. You cannot help us, man. Nobody can. Oh, my God.
Rosie! Rosie!
Yes, Mr. Singh?
How do we wrong? Get me, Mum. Quick as you can. Like you said, some are hard, some are soft. It beats me how you and Bella wound up with a couple as soft as Tom and Billy. I know what you're thinking. Suppose the operation leaves me worse than before. What'll happen to the shops? What'll happen to Bella? And Tom and Billy? I bet you haven't even taken out an insurance policy.
You trying to sell us what?
Not selling you anything. I'm just saying if you want help. If you need money for the operation without touching your savings.
Don't know how to print cash, have you?
I'm in the way of it. It'll only be a loan, mind.
All right. What do you want for it?
Suppose I said nothing.
So the price is too high. What are you doing this for?
I have no other family. There's £50 there. Another 150 the day you go into hospital. You pay for the operation, a few days away somewhere, Taking it easy, getting over it.
Aye. You wait to look after my shops while I'm gone.
I'll take care of them.
You want to say something, Jack? It's only how Tom's seen this so far. No, I don't need a hand. You know what that means? The operation's going to be a success. I am going to have it. I decided all that before you started your blather. So you can put your money away. You're not buying my shops that easy.
You think that's what I'm after?
You've been singing now else loud and clear since you sat under that stone. You've not sprouted wings yet.
I don't want your shops, Bill.
What are you doing? Well, there's someone else you're trying to buy.
Take your money. We'll lie there till somebody else picks it up.
It's a month early.
If she counted right.
Well, she got herself all worked up. There was all the waiting and the delays. It all worked on her. She shouldn't have been in that shop either. If only we'd stayed where we were. What's happening? Well, it's no false alarm. She's in full labour.
It's all right.
So far, yes. But I didn't count on a premature. It's never easy. First one was easy enough. She lost it.
She's not going to lose this one, is she?
I don't think so, no. But, Tom, you know what this means? I'm going to have to register the name of the father.
Where's Tom's baby?
The divorce isn't finally through yet, ma'am.
A week 10 days.
I can't risk it. Not with the chance of the King's Proctor stepping in, stopping the divorce. We'll have to put Jack down as the father. Baby will be known as Ford. I'm sorry, kid.
Don't be sorry, bonny lad. It's a joke. It's a good one and all. Why was there ever a joke on me?
Do you want to wait? Could be hours yet, mind.
Oh, I'll wait. Want to see me baby, don't I? Who do you think it'll favour, me or Jack?
How are you, bonny lass? And where's Matt? Where's Uncle Matt? Good news, Matt. Get the glasses, will you? It's a celebration. I'm a father.
What?
All legal, all written down. One bonny lad, 5 pounds, 6 ounces. No name yet, just a surname. Oh, Dolly? Aye, the baby couldn't wait to get the name of Ford. Well, come on, get the glasses. It's a birth, not a funeral.
We've had bad news.
That came out. Tomorrow's Echo. Tim Hollis. Go to the office from the printers. Why didn't you tell me you're working for Manners?
It's not what you think, Matt.
You bloody lied to me. Manners? You got me to help. You know what it's going to do to me with that communist Regan?
It won't, Matt, I promise you. Not when
You promise? What's that worth?
It's worth what I say. I've never broken my word yet. Jack. I can't tell you any more, Matt. Not now. You'll have to take it or leave it.
Don't listen to him. It'll be lies. You've just used Matt the way you've used everybody. You don't know what the truth is anymore because you're not really yourself.
Oh, that's enough, Sarah Headley.
You don't know what you are, nor even a real father. That's a joke. That's a real joke. And you want to drink with us?
Oh, Sarah.
You're not wanted here. You're on your own. Drink with your friends, if you can find any.
So, I withdraw my offer of 65 shillings. It's now a simple offer of 1 Lewis Bishop share for 1 of Riders. This morning, mine was 70. Slightly less expensive than your methods. Lewis Bishop could make 72 shillings. That'd be pretty attractive to rider holders.
If your shares go up.
Why shouldn't they? Well, I'm sorry to have to spring this on you without consulting you. Afraid it won't make you too popular in the town for a while. Your fee should provide balm. You know something, Ford? I'm beginning to like you again. Oh, we've had our ups and our downs, but you've come through. We're going to make a lot of money together. Now you've discovered who your real friends are.
Who was there on the telephone, Pat?
Regan. I told him I'll be down within the hour. I can't get there any faster.
He's a right troublemaker, that Regan.
They're waving a match at Lewis Bishop.
Can I come in?
We've now to say to each other.
Look, still shut, eh? I know what's going on. I've just had a chat with your favourite communist.
He wouldn't speak to you. I've just had him on.
Trouble at the yard, eh? We could do well there.
We? Who? The union do well with a strike?
Get the glasses, will you, pet?
sing to the mommy, dance to the daddy, to the mommy sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the haddock when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the bloater when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the mackerel when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the salmon when the boat comes in.
Has only old Tom seen this so far? No, I don't need a hand. You know what that means? The operation's going to be a success. I am going to have it. I decided all that before you started, you blather. So you can put your money away. You're not buying my shops that easy.
You think that's what I'm after?
You've been singing now else loud and clear since you sat under that stone. You've not sprouted wings yet.
I don't want your shops, Bill.
What are you doing? Well, there's someone else you're trying to buy.
Take your money. We'll lie there till somebody else picks it up.
It's a month early.
If she counted right.
Well, she got herself all worked up. There was all the waiting and the delays. It all worked on her. She shouldn't have been in that shop either. If only we'd stayed where we were. What's happening? Well, it's no false alarm. It's just...
How can you sleep there? There's no but 4 walls and a bed.
What more do I want?
Good hot food inside you, that's what you want. You'll have your suppers here.
Dad, what am I going to answer Boynton? The surgeon. Do you want me to answer the letter?
If there's any answer to be done, I'll do it myself.
Well, if you miss that date, you're going to have to wait 2 or 3 months.
Then I'll wait then, won't I? They're my legs, not yours. They've done well enough supporting you this far. And the rest of you.
You might as well go, son. You'll get no reason from him when he's like this.
Thanks, ma'am.
I'll be popping in, mind. See you living like a Seton, not one of them cave folk. That's too heavy for you. Tom will carry it. Tom!
I wonder what Tom.
I'm a big, strong boy again, ma'am. Come on.
Carol, take care.
Right. Big, strong boy.
What are you doing with that?
Well, I'm going to light me pipe.
That's got to be answered.
By lad, you're in a hell of a sweat to get me on my back in the hospital. To get out the bloody army for you.
Since when have you followed my example?
Did you want this, ma'am?
No, I did. How will you get us out of here?
Where? You did the shops this morning?
Anywhere. Your allotment. At least the cabbages didn't talk back.
You went beyond your brief. What made you even mention 70?
I mentioned 75.
But it's my money, damn you.
Stop worrying, Horry. You've got 24%. When you get all the replies in from the circular, you'll probably have the 51 you need.
J. Ford, the other nobody. Nominee company, paper directors.
They have a fair idea of what we're worth.
Somebody's talked. Don't look at me.
No, it's slow horses and fast women with you, Charlie. But you're no traitor. Ford. J. Ford.
Just a minute. Hello, Jack. Need some free medical advice?
Not yet, bunny lad. No, I like it. A bit bare for some tastes. Neo 3-ply, I'd call it.
Give us a chance. Used to be a warehouse. Old Ryder gave us it. Do you know him?
Oh, aye, old steam pumps and chapel, I know him. He gave it, you see.
Lent it, for as long as we need. Gave us the materials to fit it out. That's what I've been hoping for, Jack. Somewhere I can work without fear of the speculators moving in. Mind if I get on?
No. So your dad on the way here?
Talk to him?
No, he was on his way to one of his money boxes. I see he's still on wheels.
Aye.
Oddly enough, it wasn't him I was worrying about. I think I'll try some of this. See if you're treating Toby fairly.
2,000 British workmen don't come out on strike because a communist tells them to. They come out because they've got a genuine grievance, and he uses it. Regan's a belly full of hot air. You've got no worries there.
That's what you think. That's only the half of it, anyway.
All right, let's have the other half. And you have that.
It's Riders.
Ah, they're a grand old firm. Thanks for the stuff you sent. How'd you get it?
Len Laidlaw. He works in their accounts.
He's a bright lad. Keeps his ears open.
Aye, you haven't forgotten his sister works in our office. He told her there'd been some buying of Riders' shares.
All right, come on, let's have it.
The smell. The smell of lost jobs.
Riders are as strong as a fort. They should be. They've been stuck in the mud since the Industrial Revolution. What's that?
Sarah found it. She tore it out.
She's reading the Tatler now.
She'd been to the dentist's.
Lady Caroline Summers, daughter of the Duke of Bedlington, the Honourable Alistair Fitzgerald, merchant banker, and friend. Friend, not even a name.
Fitzgerald, merchant banker, it says.
Top of his class, but he's no good at picking horses.
Don't take us for daft, Jack. That information I got you about Ryder, that's just what the bank would need if they were to handle a takeover.
Oh, you're a proper little Sherlock Holmes.
Don't take us for daft, Jack.
We're going to give it another week, then you move in.
All on my own?
Oh, just to be with you, and my accountant.
When do they get to see the Punch and Judy man?
Not till I have 51% of the equity.
Are you quite sure of that?
65 shillings. Ryder shareholders will jump at it.
I reckon you'll have to go up to 70.
65. That's all Ryder's worth on breakdown.
I've been doing such a good job blabbing about the inefficiencies of Riders, I'm beginning to believe it myself. Suppose your business with the Germans gets out. They could use that against you. It could do you a lot of damage.
Then you won't have to get out, will it? Otherwise there'll be no pay for Master Ford.
No hay for the stalking horse.
We're going to need the Duke's Ryder shares. He's got to pack it.
You made a mess of that, Horry. I could have told you wouldn't sell.
Why the hell didn't you say so? Now you'll have to go after him yourself.
Just at the minute, I'm not quite sure how I stand with the aristocracy.
We need their shares. Could be crucial if it comes to the touch.
Give us a day and I'll go and see him.
Why not now? Practically on his doorstep. Go on, I'll drop you.
Donna, she shouldn't have been in that shop either. If only we'd stayed where we were. What's happening?
Well, it's no false alarm. She's in full labour.
She's all right.
So far, yes. But I didn't count on a premature. It's never easy.
First one was easy enough. She lost it.
She's not going to lose this one, is she?
I don't think so, no. But, Tom, you know what this means. I'm going to have to register the name of the father.
Where's Tom's baby?
The divorce isn't finally through yet, ma'am.
A weekend? This,
I can't risk it. Not with the chance of the King's proctor stepping in and stopping the divorce. We'll have to put Jack down as the father. Baby will be known as Ford. I'm sorry, kid.
Don't be sorry, bonny lad. It's a joke. It's a good one and all. Why was there ever a joke on me?
Do you want to wait? Could be hours yet, mind.
Oh, I'll wait. Want to see me baby, don't I? Who do you think it'll favour, me or Jack?
How are you, bonny lass? And where's Matt? Where's Uncle Matt? Good news, Matt. Get the glasses, will you? It's a celebration. I'm a father.
What?
All legal, all written down.
I've nothing to talk about. If they've got a proposition, tell them to put it in writing.
But what harm would it do to see them? It doesn't commit you. You'd see what's on their minds, find out if they're quarrelsome or cooperative. Maybe they only want to invest.
No.
If you don't see them, you'll be in the dark about what they're trying to do.
If their motives are honest, why not come into the open?
Mr. Ryder, few of our shareholders will resist an offer of 65 shillings when a few weeks ago the shares stood at 40. What can we offer to make them hold on?
An unbroken dividend over the years. They'll not be fooled by this financial juggling. 3 of them, do you say? Do I have to put up with a goddamn bunch of pirates sitting down in my office?
Mr. Ryder, if enough of our stockholders sold their shares at the same price that your own nephew sold his for, they could gain a controlling interest and then they would not have to ask permission to come in here.
Get them in.
Thank you. Mr. Ryder will see you now, young man.
Yeah.
Mr. Ford, Mr. Hodges, Mr. Hamilton.
I'm Ford.
Sit down. Come in, Len. Sit down, Len. Someone's been giving away information about our firm, Len. Someone that knows the values in the property market and can compare them with the values written down in our accounts. Some bright lad in the office. That sort of information would be very useful to one of these industrial sharks that's snoozing around. Do you know the meaning of loyalty? It doesn't mean just doing what you're told. It means being faithful. Faithful to a firm that's seen you and your father and his father before him through bad times. But you're not out of that same mould, are you, Len?
What's that?
There's 20,000 men on this river, unemployed. All the men I've got here are in work, paying rent, raising families, buying insurance policies. And I don't want them put on the stones.
Felt I owed you an explanation of what's been happening.
Is that absolutely necessary?
I think it best.
I always think that explanations are so often desired rather than expected. It's, turned quite chilly for the season. Not that one ever seems to have seasons anymore. I expect you find the local air very bracing after London, eh?
Not especially.
Oh, I always did. Never could open my lungs in London. That's why I never go there nowadays. Hardly travel at all, in fact. You like travel, Jack?
With a purpose.
Oh, with a purpose. You can sometimes miss the point. I remember when I was in Venezuela. Well, I don't suppose you've been as far as that yet.
No, not yet.
Potential of that country is quite thrilling. Great future. A whole continent. Brazil, now there's a whole new world.
Duke.
By the year 2000, it'll be another USA.
If I might talk about something a little nearer home.
Of course, I can't expect you to be interested in South America if you've never been there, but it's a remarkable place.
I want to tell you what's been happening in London.
Ah, you insist?
With a merchant bank. Alistair Fitzgerald, your introduction.
Oh, yes. Ah, the bank. Oh, yes. Well, I hope that proved profitable.
Well, it might do. He's helped me with some share transactions.
Now, that reminds me. The Manners was here, trying to buy some shares from me. Somebody found out somehow that I owned a few,
Riders?
Yes, that's it. Local firm, run.
I think it would kill her if it happened again.
You're the doctor, see it doesn't.
It's in her mind, Jack. She's tied in a knot. The baby, the divorce, you, Tom.
Oh, I see. And if your dad got on his feet, that would release Tom and untie that bit of knot, eh?
It all connects, doesn't it? Oh.
I've done the netty, Billy.
Oh, all right, then, Joe, this is Jack Ford, Joe Prestwick.
Oh, I know Joe Prestwick. Used to be foreman at Riders.
Aye, 47 year. I got Mr. Ryder to give Billy this place. It was Billy's brother, Tom, you know. And I asked him if
all right,
my
Joe,
neighbour...
come and see the laboratory in a minute.
It's all right, I'm on my way. Oh, a matter of Tom's, eh? Like you say, Billy, all connects.
We'll send out our own circular.
It won't do, Uncle. The shareholders have got the bit between their teeth. They know what the firm is worth.
Then what's your city solution?
Distribute most of that £300,000 in dividends.
And so you all go to this Ford?
Brigden Finance only hold 15% of the shares, but if they got control...
They won't.
Don't be too sure.
Never. Next point.
Sell off those surplus properties. The old plant in Mill Lane, the warehouses...
We'll need them when this slump's over.
Then at least double the dividend.
Do you want me to throw away the firm? I tell you, the shareholders won't sell. There's loyalty to the family. And me. They won't stand by and see these city raiders taking away everything I've built up. And my father and grandfather...
It's a month early.
If she counted right.
Well, she got herself all worked up. There was all the waiting and the delays. It all worked on her. She shouldn't have been in that shop either. If only we'd stayed where we were. What's happening?
Well, it's no false alarm. She's in full labour.
Is she all right?
So far, yes. But I didn't count on a premature. It's never easy.
First one was easy enough. She lost it.
She's not going to lose this one, is she?
I don't think so, no. But, Tom, you know what this means. I'm going to have to register the name of the father.
Where's Tom's baby?
The divorce isn't finally through yet, ma'am.
Have we 10 days?
I can't risk it. Not with the chance of the King's proctor stepping in and stopping the divorce. We'll have to put Jack down as the father. Baby will be known as Ford. I'm sorry, kid.
Don't be sorry, Bonnie lad. It's a joke. It's a good one and all. But was there ever a joke on me?
Do you want to wait? Could be hours yet, mind.
Oh, I'll wait. Want to see me baby, don't I? Who do you think it'll...
Best value in Galashield. In fact, why not take two while it's gone?
All right, Rosie, you go and get your tea. I'll see to the shop. Was it corned beef you wanted?
Are you all right, Dolly?
I'm fine, I'm champion. Did you want anything else, Sarah?
Sarah, it's me, I've got it.
Good evening, Councillor.
You're back.
And about time.
You've seen the unemployment figures, and I found that shoved through your door.
That's that Irish communist Regan.
Kick out the bosses, so that's what happens as soon as my back's turned. Have some beer.
Where's Sarah?
Door was open, so I just came in.
When did you get back?
About half an hour ago. First stop the pub for this, next here. Come on, sup up, bunny lad. We've got some catching up to do.
The first thing you need to catch up with is that bugger Regan's trying to bring out Lewis Bishop on strike.
Have you missed me?
No. I only missed you when I think you're unhappy.
You haven't even thought about me. Greenfly.
In a vintage year for scab, too.
And there's mildew on the Dorothy Perkins.
Back 5 minutes, looking on the black side already. Parker's bringing you a...
What do you mean?
Mr. Hamilton here, and is accountant with the firm of Lloyd and Simon.
And he wishes to go through my firm's accounts?
With your permission.
I'll see him dead first.
In your own interest, is this the most prudent attitude? We are most anxious that those at present running riders should remain in control.
You got a nerve coming in here and asking for representation on my board?
I don't... It has been felt that you are not making maximum use of your company's resources, Mr. Ryder.
What the hell do you know about it? You've no thought of a good business, only a quick profit. In, out, gut it and leave it. Sack half the workers and lift the lash over the rest. That's not a civilized way of running a firm. This is a business that my family created. And any system that allows men like you to catapult themselves into a position of control is a lousy one. And it's a damn sight lousier when you get a look at the people who are doing it.
Do you mind if I say something, Mr. Ryder?
I was wondering when you were going to put in your 2 penn'orth.
You're counting on your shareholders. Are you sure their loyalty will hold firm against an offer of 70 shillings? 75?
No, of course not.
That's what we're prepared to pay if we have to.
Mr. Ford, you're bluffing.
No. We have the...
Do I have to put up with a goddamn bunch of pirates sitting down in my office?
Mr. Ryder, if enough of our stockholders sold their shares at the same price that your own nephew sold his for, they could gain a controlling interest and then they would not have to ask permission to come in here.
Get him in.
Thank you. Mr. Ryder will see me now, young man.
Yeah.
Mr. Ford, Mr. Hodges, Mr. Hamilton.
I'm Ford.
Sit down, Mr. Ford.
This is Mr. Hodges, our company solicitor and co-director. Mr. Hamilton, our accountant. Mr.
My accountant. You asked to see me, now you're here. What do you want?
I'm glad you've come straight to the point, Mr. Ryder. Mr. Hodges, would you care to...
You wish me to express our offer?
That's co-director.
You may remember our office writing to you for a list of Ryder's freehold properties. As we had no reply, you may wish to hear personally of our desire to purchase 90% of the ordinary shares.
I would not